Wholeness and Balanced Vibes family. I am Yogi Locks, the Ayurvedic chef, thanking you once again for tuning in. Today's episode, we're talking liquid aminos. Now, as far as liquid aminos goes, the heavy hitters that we have out here is actually a company called Bragg. I had my first run in about 2011, early 2012 when I worked at a vegan restaurant. We were making curry tofu wraps. During that process, we would cut the tofu, get it on the flat top, and as we were cooking them on the flat top, we would hit them with this product called Bragg Liquid Aminos. Now, what happened was that this actually created a nice umami flavor on the tofu, which the tofu was absorbing as they were being cooked on the flat top. It wasn't until that I became a plant-based eater that when I started, cooking and using dietary supplements and whatever if you may, that I actually purchased Bragg Liquid Aminos, as you can see from the usage of this bottle. Now, Bragg is a company that was actually established in 1912, and they make all types of things. We got the organic apple cider vinegar, which is a great product. As you come into consciousness, you actually do something which is actually question everything. When you look at this bottle on the shelf, what you see is that it's got the non-GMO Project Verified sticker, contains no preservatives, no alcohol, it's not fermented, gluten-free, it contains 16 essential and non-essential amino acids, made with purified water. Now, Bragg's also claims that it's great for salads and dressings and soups and meats and gravies and popcorn and even making a delicious broth. This is actually an all-purpose seasoning made from soy protein. When I did my research on Bragg, what I found out was that through the manufacturing process, what happens is that they take these soybeans and through a process called hydrolyzation, they boil the soybeans with a chemical known as hydrochloric acid. Now, this acid is actually found in the gastric system of our stomachs, used to digest and process foods. When these soybeans are boiled with the hydrochloric acid, what happens is that free amino acids are produced. Two interesting things happen as a byproduct because once these free amino acids are produced through this extraction process, they actually are too acidic to be consumed. So what happens is that they are neutralized with a base called sodium bicarbonate, which we commonly call baking soda. After the baking soda process, salt is a byproduct of that, as well as glutamate, or L-glutamic acid, and D-glutamic acid. L-glutamic acid is actually protein bound and found and naturally occurring in plants and animals and things that you see around us, moving and walking and stuff like that, or living, I should say. L-glutamic is actually converted, and then D-glutamic acid is actually a process that occurs outside of the body. This is called monosodium glutamate, or MSG. Because this isn't produced within our bodies, it actually contains D-glutamic acid or monosodium glutamate. Now, when I look at this bottle, I actually do not see that located anywhere. My recommendation is if you use this to actually be more aware of how it makes you feel within the recipes and ingredients you use. An alternative, if you may, was organic cocoa aminos from a company called Big Tree. From this look of it, already has a non-GMO Project Verified product. It's organic and it's actually certified fair trade. Through a process of farmers actually climbing coconut trees and actually tapping the nectar from the blossoms, you get this sap, which I believe they call toppy. Once this sap is actually being extracted through the air and everything like that, fermentation actually begins to occur. Now, I believe in parts of the world they make wine as well as vinegar out of coconut sap. This is actually different from the coconut fruit or meat that you get from the actual coconut. No, they actually use coconut sap trees differently than the coconut trees used for, regular production coconuts. This product actually has 14 amino acids, non-essential and essential, and can be put in all different types of things. The same thing as Bragg's claims, is a tasty soy sauce alternative. I've been using this for a couple weeks now. This actually has been a great, very tasty product, umami if you may. I've been using it in different recipes and it's worked like a charm. It's actually, a great product for me because when you see that both of these things actually cost the same, then we begin to even question, why is that? Why am I getting this much and this much for the equal amount of price? And that is because this actually cannot be produced mass as, liquid aminos from Bragg's can. Again, the farmers have to actually go up these trees several times a day to tap the trees to get the sap, which has to be heated at temperatures about 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 to 43 degrees Celsius. The salt is added, of course, and then it's sent to be further packaged and bottled, here in the States, I believe. It's been an excellent alternative. And then when you actually look into it, there may be actually less or more karma involved because you're actually helping people in different countries. I believe this one is out of Indonesia. That's the truth about, these liquid aminos. You have Coco organic aminos as well as Bragg liquid aminos, which has been the heavy hitter. But when you actually find out how this is made, it may actually make you step back. If you wonder why you may be getting headaches if you eat certain tofu dishes or whatever the case may be, if Bragg was an ingredient, that actually may be the cause, as this is contains monosodium glutamate. One thing that must be noted is that this is actually made from coconut nectar. I believe has a process of fermentation into where alcohol is produced. I haven't, necessarily been affected by it. I don't believe it's even really that big of a deal because this has been an excellent product to use. I actually don't have any issues with Bragg's. As I said, earlier, we use even Bragg cider. So, but you may want to take a look at the liquid aminos, as I probably may now be using Coco aminos exclusively. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Yogi Locks, the Ayurvedic chef, tuning out.